What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am the Bald Ginger. We are jumping back into some Road to the Show here today. We've got a 3-game set with the Baltimore Orioles coming to town. Let's see which uniforms are going to have us in this one. And we're going to be wearing the Reds. All right. Top of the first, no score. Runner on third, 2 away for Jake Bowers. He's hitting .289 on the season so far. And Brandon Pfaadt is the man on the mound for the Diamondbacks in this one. There's a 0-1 count for Bowers in this at-bat. So, the windup and the pitch from Pfaadt. Little dribbler to me at third. Throw across will keep the game scoreless. And we're heading to the bottom of the first. All right. Bottom of the first. 2 outs. Runner on first. I'm standing in batting .325 on the season. 4th in the National League currently. Lance McCullers Jr. is on the mound for the Orioles. He hits 95 on the sinker, 91 on his cutter. That's all he's got that's quick. There is a knuckle curve in there, too. And he hits me with that right out the blocks, gets away from the catcher. Runner advances to second on the pitch in the dirt. That's going to be a passed ball. No, wild pitch. All right, so runner on second and 2 away now. 0-1 the count for me as I went after that knuckle curve. Yepper. Second pitch of this at-bat. I'm fishing after a slider low and away. What in the heck am I doing at the plate here? 2 ugly swings at 2 ugly pitches, and it's an 0-2 hole in a hurry. And we get a hold of a sinker on the inner third, sent out to shallow right field. Right fielder's going to make the play, though. Matt will retire the side. 1 inning has now come and gone here in Arizona, and it's still a scoreless ball game. All right, bottom of the 4th. Baltimore out to a big lead here. 8-0 is the score currently. Runner on third and nobody out as I'm standing in 0-1 on the day. And I get a dynamic challenge because of the man on third. We don't do the power swing thing, so let's just try for swinging pitches inside the zone and drive in a run. Which means I'm going to have to actually show some discipline at the plate. Let's see if I can do it. First pitch from McCullers. And we got a piece of the knuckle curve there, a little bit out in front, so it is fouled away for an 0-1 count. Second pitch of the at-bat now. Come on, big fella.
1-1.
It's a cutter, way high, 1-1 the count. Finally, learning to lay off pitches outside the zone. Who knew I could even do that? The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at a slider off the outside corner. There goes the dynamic challenge. 1-2 is the count for me. Next pitch. Again, low and away with a knuckle curve this time around. 2-2 is now the count. Pitch number 5 of the at-bat. Got a piece of the slider in the zone. Still out in front of it by a bit. 2-2 remains the count. We're looking at pitch number 6 of the at-bat. Come on, big fella. Reaching for the slider, low and away. There's the old kryptonite. And it's a K next to my name. We got that part of the Ginger special out of the way. Top of the 5th, it's an 8-1 ball game now. Danny Jansen is at the plate for the 3rd time today. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a triple and a run scored. He's hitting .228 on the season and has a 2-2 count against reliever Christian Mena. With 1 out, nobody on for him. Let's see what the 2-2 pitch gets us here. Ground ball down the third base line. We'll get a glove on that. Throw across the diamond. We'll be in time. 2 away now in the top of the 5th. We move on. Bottom of the 6th. It's a 9-1 ball game with Baltimore in the lead. I'm standing in 0 for 2 on the day with nothing going on so far at the plate for me. Runners on the corners, 1 away. Lance McCullers Jr. still on the bump for Baltimore. First pitch of this at-bat. Swing and a miss at a slider just above the knees on the outside corner. And it's an 0-1 count. He has not shown me his sinker, I don't think, yet in this game. The 0-1 pitch is a circle change off the plate away at the knees. 1-1 the count. Come on, big fella. Good pitch in the zone here, and we can make a difference. That's not it. Knuckle curve got me to whiff way out in front. 1-2 the count. Come on. I know I can do better than this. But let's see what the 1-2 pitch is. Little dribble to short. That's going to be 2. 6, 4. Ooh, not going to get the 3. I beat it out on the back end to avoid the double play, and it is now a 9-2 ball game with that RBI fielder's choice. All right, we come back top of the 7th. Still a 9-2 ball game. Kyle Manzardo at the plate for the Orioles. He's 1 for 3 on the day with a 2-run dinger. He's only hitting .238 on the season, so let's see what he can do with a 1-2 pitch from Christian Mena here with the bases empty and nobody out. Mena's got the sign. He's going to kick and deal here. Ground ball towards the hole here, but we grab it. Throw to first will be in time. 1 away now in the top of the 7th. Top of the 8th, we come back. Still a 9-2 ball game. Jake Bauers at the plate. He's 0 for 4 on the day. I think he's the only guy on Baltimore without a hit. He's got to be. Hitting .286 on the season, though, so he's not doing terrible. He's got himself an 0-2 count, though, with the bases empty and only 1 away. And we got a little bit of a shift off to the right field side of things here. And he's going to try to beat the shift, but I get a glove on it and throw to first with plenty of time to spare for the second out here in the top of the 8th. Bottom half of the inning, it's a 9-4 ball game now. 2 outs and nobody on for me as I'm standing in 0 for 3 on the day. Tell you what, an extra base hit here would be nice. Scott Barlow is on the mound for the Orioles out of the bullpen. He hits 96 on his four-seamer, and that's all he's got that's quick. First pitch of the at-bat. Swing and a miss at a slider well below the knees on the inner third. 0-1 the count. Second pitch from Barlow. Just off the outside corner with a four-seamer. 37,163 in attendance today watching the Diamondbacks get their butts handed to them pretty hard today. The 1-1 pitch out in front of it and fouled down the third base line. It is a 1-2 count. Next pitch. Yep, we watched that slurve, thankfully. 2-2 the count. I saw a little bit of a wiggle in that one like it was a knuckle curve or something. The 2-2 pitch, though. Swing and a miss at a slider on the outer third. Got me hook, line, and sinker. Except no sinker thrown there. So, yeah, there's another K next to my name in this one. And we're moving on to the 9th, trailing the Orioles by a score of 9-4. Yeah, Arizona's going to take the loss there. 9-4 is the final score there with Brandon Pfaadt taking his 5th loss on the season. So definitely not a great outing for the team here. We'll move on to game number 2, though, and you know what that means. This is where I remind everybody, if you haven't done so already, or if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. You can also like and comment on this video, as all of those things do help me out with the YouTube algorithm. Bottom of the first here. It's a 1-0 lead for Arizona. Runner on second, 1 away. Braxton Garrett is on the mound for the Orioles in this one. He hits 93 on the sinker, 90 on his cutter, and that's all he's got that's quick. First pitch, went after a slider way in on the hands. Lucky to get that one fouled off and not popped up. 0-1 the count. Next pitch is a sinker in the zone, and I watched that one. What in the heck is going on with me at the plate in this one? Nothing good, I'll tell you that much. 0-2 is the count. Next pitch is a sinker at the knees. Got a piece of that and fouled it away to preserve the at-bat, but the count still is 0-2. And then we send one out to deep left field. This ball's got a chance. Not going to rob that one, good sir. Thankfully, after my last series where I got robbed a lot in Detroit, we finally get to sneak one over the leaping attempt at a catch. And that is going to be home run number 34, or is it 35 on the season? I don't even know. Going to get the green line replay, maybe? Maybe? That was a slider way inside, and I still managed to push it over the wall. I'll be darned. Huh. Green line? There's the green line. 373-footer. That one just snuck over the glove of the left fielder there, too. Bottom of the 4th, we come back. Arizona is trailing 5-3, and there's nobody out and nobody on as I'm standing in 1 for 1 on the day. Braxton Garrett still towing the rubber for Baltimore. First pitch from him. Another no-doubt dinger out to left field, and this one's going to sneak over top of the bullpen out there. Is that off the foul pole or off the second deck? I don't even know. That was, gone by a lot. 428-footer. For home run number 35 on the season. Let's see if we can get that green line replay here. Are they going to show it? Maybe. Maybe not. There's the green line, and it's going to be obscured by the StatCast. Oh yeah, it hooked around the pole and bounced off the upper deck there. That's pretty cool. So I'm 2 for 2 on the day with a pair of dingers to left field. And I'm back in the bottom of the 6th with a 5-4 deficit. First pitch of this at-bat is way outside with a slider. And yeah, Braxton Garrett still on the mound for the Orioles here. Let's see what I can do with the 1-0 pitch from him. Oh, chopper right to the third baseman. He's going to snag that and throw to first easily to get me. 2 away now in the bottom of the 6th. We come back bottom of the 9th. I'm standing in 2 for 3 on the day, 2 for 7 on the series. Andre Munoz is on the mound for the Orioles out of the bullpen now. It's the bottom of the 9th. 1 out, nobody on. And yeah, let's try to only swing at pitches inside the zone. Munoz does throw 91 on the slider, 102 on the four-seamer, 97 on the sinker, so he's got some heat. And the slider at the outside corner at the knees got me to swing way out in front for an 0-1 count. Second pitch of the at-bat. Got a hold of another slider on the outer third just above the knees, and it goes foul down the third base line for an 0-2 count. The 2-strike pitch now for Munoz. And we foul off a sinker inside because why lay off a ball? Still an 0-2 count for me here. The next pitch. Swing and a miss at another slider on the outer third just above the knees, man. Good gravy. I cannot hit sliders in this one. Even if they're in the zone, I can't pull it off. Orioles win game number 2 by a score of 6-4. Oof. Dean Kramer takes his 6th loss on the season. So my 2 home runs were not enough to power the team through this one. We're going to move on to the third and final game of this series and try to avoid getting swept in front of the home crowd. Day game action. All right, cool. Here we go, game number 3. Zach Littell is on the mound for the Orioles. It's a scoreless ball game so far. 2 outs and a runner on first for me. Littell throws a 97-mile-an-hour four-seamer, 91 on the slider, 95 on the sinker. That's all he's got that's quick. First pitch, outside with the four-seamer. It's a 1-0 count to start this game and at-bat. Second pitch now from Littell. Right down Broadway, we send it out to center field. That's got a lot of air underneath it, though, so that one's going to get caught. You betcha. Center fielder makes the play. And the first inning is now over. We're still scoreless here in Arizona. Gosh, I cannot talk. We come back bottom of the third. Baltimore leading 2-1. Runner on first and 2 away. Zach Littell still on the mound for the Orioles. First pitch from him is well inside with a slider at 90 miles an hour. It's a 1-0 count to start this at-bat. Second pitch on its way here. Come on, big guy. Another one inside, again with the slider. 2-0 the count. Trying to sneak one over the inside corner. He's just not making it happen here. The 2-0 pitch. And we foul off a four-seamer on the inner third. It's a 2-1 count for me now. I was way behind on that swing, which is kind of understandable seeing those first 2 sliders. And there's a sweeping curve past a diving shortstop and into center field. We are going to have runners on the corners now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. We'll take the single whenever we can get them, I suppose. We come back bottom of the 5th. Arizona leading 5-2 now. Nobody out, nobody on. I'm standing in for the 3rd time today, except now it's against Louis Varland. He hits 96 on the four-seamer, 91 on his cutter, but that's all he's got that's quick. First pitch of the at-bat. Challenged me with a four-seamer up and in, but in the zone. Swing and a miss, and it's an 0-1 count. Not the slider I was looking for, that's for darn sure. Next pitch. It's another four-seamer on the outer third this time. Watched for strike 2. The 2-strike pitch from Louis Varland. Swing and a miss at a slider at the knees. A 3-pitch strikeout, and back to the dugout I go. Strikeout streak is alive and well for me in this one. Bottom of the 7th, we come back. 5-3 is the score with Arizona in the lead. 1 out, nobody on. Belly full of Cracker Jack, and Scott Barlow is now towing the rubber for Baltimore. He hits 96 on the four-seamer, and that's all he's got that's quick. First pitch of the at-bat from him. Ripped into right center field. That's going to get all the way to the wall in the alley there. Definitely a stand-up double here. We are not going for the triple. I would have been thrown out by a mile if I had, I think. We'll take that double here as the Cracker Jack is doing me some favors in this one. Diamondbacks do end up taking the win here in game number 3 to avoid the sweep. 7-3 is the final score as Ryan Nelson picks up his 11th win on the season. So, yeah, not the best series at the plate or on the record. So, we dropped 2 of 3 to the visiting Orioles. And that's going to be all she wrote for this episode. It's also going to be, yeah, the end of the series. Duh. So, yeah, for those of you that have made it this far, thanks for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and do all the fun social media things. And we will see you in the next one.